What's up, guys? This is Linus, the Taiwanese who teach you Chinese online. Today, we don't just teach Chinese. We are going to talk about Asian hate, 亚裔仇恨 in the US. However, even though we can see a lot of the news about it, as an Asian who doesn't live in America, it is still hard to understand what is truly happening over there on the other side of the planet. Luckily, I have a student from America who is in Taiwan right now, and he is willing to discuss with us and tell us something that we don't know. Let's welcome Raysack. 我们欢迎 Raysack。
大家好，我是 Raysack，但是你也可以叫我丽人。我是美国人，24岁，来台湾8年，很高兴认识你。
开始之前呢，我简单说明一下事情的经过。自从2019年新冠病毒从中国武汉爆发以来，新闻的报道加上一些西方政治人物的推波助澜，像川普说新冠病毒是中国病毒，让很多的西方人 non-Asian people 就直接把中国人当作病原体 pathogen。但由于大部分的西方人无法分辨来自不同亚洲地区的亚洲人，他们就直接演变成对所有有亚洲脸孔的亚洲人有一些言语或是肢体上的暴力。这样的事情一直延续到2021年，在美国和加拿大等地就开始有许多关于停止亚洲仇恨 Stop Asian Hate 的集会。因为我们都住在台湾，不是非常清楚美国的状况，所以我们今天就会需要 Raysack 来回答一些我们不清楚的问题。那 Raysack， 刚才我讲的是我的理解，你觉得亚裔仇恨是怎么开始的？
对不起，我中文没有那么好，我会用英文。
可以。
So when you talk about Asian hate and you talk about when it started, it's important to note that Asian hate is not something that just started like a month ago or a year ago, right? There's a long history of Asian hate. In order to understand kind of some of the things that are happening today, I think it's also understand the context and the history of what happened in the past. For example, it's hard to say when did Asian hate start. It's something that has been existing for quite some time.
算是它是因为以前一直都有，然后刚好这件事情又更剧烈化。
对，然后你也可以说 often what we see in the present moment is a repetition of things that have happened in the past. There was also a plague in the 1900s, and during this time, a lot of it was blamed on actually Asian immigrants. And the rhetoric was kind of similar to what Donald Trump would say in terms of the Asian virus, China virus, Kung Fu virus. It's not that different.
When was the first time you hear about Asian hate, this term?
For me, I haven't heard that term specifically until more recently. And I think that's because of a lot of social media and a lot of people kind of coming together to bring awareness to the topic. But in terms of Asian hate, like an action, that's something that's not just like a one-time event.
Yeah.
That's something that's been happening historically.
Also includes the discrimination in the past, World War II against Japanese people, even more earlier when first Chinese people they went to America.
Correct.
Right. 那亚裔仇恨跟亚洲人的歧视有关系吗？ From your perspective, is Asian hate relevant to the discrimination against Asian people, just like what we talk about, or it would be something totally different?
对我来说，我觉得当然有关系。When we're talking about Asian hate, I think it's bringing specific awareness to hate and hate crimes towards Asian people. Obviously, there's a lot of hatred in the world. A lot of hatred, a lot of negativity that we see. When we talk about Stop Asian Hate specifically, it's bringing specific awareness to those hate crimes done to Asian people because, in my opinion, I think a lot of Asian people often can feel a little bit left out when it comes to talking about issues about like hate crimes or violence or discrimination. A lot of times we talk about these things in terms of white and black. From my understanding, I'm not an expert by any means. I want to say that on camera.
It's okay.
When you say Asian people are left out, it's more like this American society only focus on white people and black people, and Asian people are always someone being ignored in American society.
I can't say that specifically for sure. This is just from my personal understanding of feeling that I'm getting from some people in the Asian community. They don't have a representation or a voice when it comes to issues related to that.
你觉得亚洲仇恨跟对黑人的歧视有什么差别？ So is there any difference between Asian hate and discrimination against black people in America?
表面上 absolutely there's a difference. On a deeper level, hate is hate. It can be a little bit tricky in trying to say compare the two. Historically, there are differences. It's also important to recognize that at the root level, though, it's hatred and ignorance. It seems like you want to clarify that.
From our perspective, they are all discrimination. But why would you have two different kind of protests against that? When a random black person was killed by a police on the street, you had a lot of propaganda and a lot of protests about Black Lives Matter. Why didn't it happen to Asian people? They are two things should be together. It's not just about one race. It should be an issue about all races.
It's not easy. I think when you look at the two, historically, there are differences in terms of the discrimination in the U.S. When I think about these things, I think things like Black Lives Matter and Stop Asian Hate are important. But I also think what's important is for us to look at the systems that create this hatred on a collective level. What are some of the laws that are in place that kind of encourage this behavior, not only today, but also historically? And I think until we take a look at some of our systems and what those things are doing, then you only kind of touch on the surface. Another perspective that I have that may not be as popular is I think it's important for every individual to kind of look at these issues also on an individual level too, and say like, well, where within my own personal self do I have hatred for others that may be different from me or may have different opinions than me or may have looked different than me. I think that's also important as well too.
I heard something very funny. There's a theory talking about other colored people hate Asian people because they say when Asian people, mostly Chinese, when they go to America, they work for white people. And they make other colored races feel like we should be on the same side, but why would you work for white people and earn money from us?
I mean, so this is another reason why I think this topic is it's complicated, because if we're being honest, I think historically and even today, there is tension between other races in the Asian community. When you also look at it historically, like you said, that idea of like the model minority coming and why aren't we on the same side? I see that perspective too.
If you were in America right now, would you do anything to support it, like to join the protest?
Shoot, this is a good question. This is a good question because it's something that I personally thought about a lot, even during the Black Lives Matter protests as well. How do I, as a person, as an individual, actually go and support and show help towards this cause? How can I, as an individual, make a difference? Like I mentioned before, I think there can be a performative aspect to these things. Social media, you post a picture and you say, stop Asian hate, Black Lives Matter. I mean, or even going to a protest and holding a sign and being like, I'm out here. I think those things are not bad. They can be actually very good. For me personally, and where I'm at in my journey right now, I'm more so the mindset of fixing everything by looking within myself, needing to get educated. When I'm able to get educated on topics, then I'm able to help spread that education. Where is there hatefulness and discrimination within myself? Where are these patterns and belief systems coming from? How do they show up in my everyday life? To answer your question directly, I think it depends in the moment. But I can answer truthfully from Taiwan. Being here, my thing is more so going in the individual side.
Sorry, I have to go deeper. When you say that you have to do it more to yourself, what could you actually do? If you only do it to yourself, how do we break the barriers between different groups to get this thing better?
I'll give you a more tangible answer. Again, I'm going to say it again on camera. I'm not an expert on any of this, by any means. Make sure you put that in there. I would get educated. I would understand more of some of the local events that are happening. And I would also do more understanding historically where these things are happening. But also similarly, what I would do is just conversations like this. I don't think that we can underestimate the value of having like a sit-down conversation about topics like this, because I share my opinion or idea, and you share your opinion or idea. And if we're actually listening to each other and being present, there's value that can be taken from that, even if we have two completely different ideas.
Conflicts always come from misunderstanding. So through more communication
Correct.
and more peaceful interaction,
Correct.
try to move the scene to a better way.
Correct.
Okay, so that's what you can do, but we don't live in America. What could we do to help or to support this activity?
Well, I think we're doing that right now, right? We're having a conversation. I'm not in the U.S., so I don't have the best awareness of the topic, but we're having a dialogue, and other people may watch this and might learn something from it or not. I think that's good work.
我觉得今天够沉重了。
OK
你要不要做一个结尾？
我觉得蛮沉重的。
呼吁
其实很谢谢 Raysack， 因为这件事情我们觉得好像很严重，可是对我们来讲好像又不知道它有多严重。那我只能说呼吁我们的亚洲同胞，如果你真的在美国待不下去，随时可以回来，随时可以回来。You can come back, you can come back anytime。我们永远欢迎你嘛。我们好像没办法做太多事情。I cannot go there and join the protest, but at least we can prepare this place nicely. Anytime for you to come back. 欢迎你们回来，我们绝对欢迎你们回来。
假如是那些已经住在那边很久的亚洲移民呢？
就是加油，加油，加油！就像当初那个 Martin Luther King fight for Black people's right 一样，你们继续捍卫你们的 Asian right over there。那我们能做的可能是 #StopAsianHate。Whenever we post something on Instagram, Facebook, that's probably what we can do. There's nothing too much that we can do. 我们能够做什么吗？
其实就是让这个议题继续被讨论。
对，就是不要让这件事情好像只是其中一个新闻，而是让这个东西变成是一个可以一直被大家持续关注的议题。这样，哦，今天非常的
沉重哦，
沉重。Okay, Raysack, thank you so much for today here with us. 谢谢大家。
先拍。
对，然后等下吃饭，
对，
先吃饭，先吃饭，
然后回来，
然后再去，那么再去别的地方。
对，好，这样换差不多哈，
做 talk show。